and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me again today. I hope you are good, and I'm really excited about today's exercise. If you haven't watched part 1 in this 2-part series, please click on the link in the description below. It will give you the theory behind the exercise that we're doing today, and it's really vital for you to understand that. If you have got some general information and knowledge around the Polyvagal Theory and the 3 states of activation that your nervous system can be in, then that's fine. You can continue watching, because the practical exercise that we're going to do today is really just an exercise to help you bring awareness into when you are in the individual states. Because without that awareness, it's very difficult for us then to understand what's happening for us and be able to get on that road to healing our nervous system and helping it reset. So grab yourself a pen and paper, pause the video whenever you need to today, and come back and join me now. Okay, so the exercise we're doing is looking individually at the 3 states and understanding, jotting down some things to help us understand what's happening when we're in that state. We're going to start with the first state, which is the calm, connected state, when we're in ventral vagal state. Our nervous system is in that state of activation. That's the state, if you remember from the first video, where you're going to feel calm, your nervous system is safe, it doesn't perceive a threat. So typically, some of the things that you will jot down are personal to you, and they will be around what you're feeling, who you're with, where you are, some of the things that you're thinking, and just some of how it's playing out for you. Okay, so I'll give you an example. When I'm in ventral vagal state of calm connection, my nervous system is able to operate normally. That is definitely when I am. There are many different times, of course, but one sort of really key thing that stands out to me is when I'm actually here at home, on my farm, on my land, in the beautiful natural surroundings that I have here. And I'm at home. It's my safe zone. I'm in my garden. I'm gardening. There's beautiful sort of landscape. My cats are engaging with me, and there's lots of wildlife here as well. So as that passes through, and those wonderful interactions happen with deer and all sorts of different beautiful animals that come through, I absolutely am in a place of happiness and calm and a calm state of connection. So I'm much more likely, when I'm feeling that state, to interact with my friends, to take calls, to basically work on those parts of being a mammal that involve social engagement, and that's definitely a place for me. So these are some of the things that I would be jotting down, and that's what I want you to do today. Okay, so jot down, think of a time, or think of multiple times, or you can pick one example if you like, and ask yourself, what is happening for me when I'm in that state? Okay, who am I with? What am I feeling? What am I thinking? Where am I? Pause the video, allow yourself some time to do that work, and join me back. Join me back here when you finish that piece. The second state is sympathetic. Okay, so sympathetic state of activation is when you perceive a threat. Something has happened, you've had an argument, you're stressed on the road trying to get to work, any of those things that can trigger this nervous system to become hypervigilant, activated, mobilized. Okay, so your nervous system perceives that threat. What's happening to you? What's happening when you're in sympathetic state? What's going on? Who are you with? What's triggering you? What are you feeling? What are some of the behaviors that are playing out? Are you irritable? Are you feeling stressed? Are you feeling anxious? Are you feeling angry? Are you having thoughts of overwhelm and wanting to kind of to fight? Or are you having thoughts of needing to escape the situation and run away? What's happening for you? And what are some of the feelings and thoughts that you're having as well at that time. Okay. So the third state that I want to cover today is when your nervous system is in a state of shutdown. Okay. So typically that is dorsal vagal, and typically what you might be experiencing are shutdown, collapse, shame, wanting to hide away from the world. So I want you to do some work around that too, just like we've done in the other two states. Identify who's there, what's happening, what has just happened. Even if you can't identify the actual sort of situational triggers, then just purely identifying that you've felt that or you've been in that state of activation. When you were in that state, what was going on? Okay. You might have wanted to shut yourself away. What are some of the behaviours that are playing out when you're in that state of activation, dorsal vagal? To give you an example, for those of you that are struggling, actually, it's just brought back some memories for me. Before becoming a coach and a nervous system therapist, I was actually a professional dancer and did a lot of shows, and had a dance, did some theatre work, and had a dance company. And for sure, when I'd come off the back of a tour, or when I'd come off the back of several live shows, I would absolutely be in dorsal vagal. My friends and family would know that too. I would literally have to take sort of 24 hours to just shut the world away and close my curtains, put Netflix on, some rubbish kind of TV that I wanted to watch, and just quite often eat junk food, so not making the healthiest choices either in terms of nutrition. But for sure that would happen to me quite regularly actually, particularly after sort of a lot of live tours back to back, or a lot of live shows back to back. And festivals, yeah, I would absolutely shut myself away and need that time to recharge. So that's just an example to help those of you that are struggling to think of when that might have been for them. I hope you can identify with some of those things. Please feel free again to pause the video and do some of that work, and rejoin me for the closing thoughts on today's work. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I really hope that you've found the exercise that we've been doing useful. It's quite important to understand what's happening for us on an individual level, rather than just understand the theory behind it, because the practical exercises that you can actually do, which are some of I will leave in the description, leave some links in the description below. Those exercises and some of the other things that you might already be doing will help you reset your nervous system. But unless you actually are aware when you're in those states, it's very difficult for you to actually understand what's going on. So the first step to recovering from any kind of trauma, or trying to undo some of the stress and anxiety that your nervous system is experiencing, is awareness. That's really, really important, and I can't stress that enough. So I really hope that you found today's video useful. If I can be of any help give you any advice, or if you want some coaching sessions, please just feel free to get in touch. I'd be happy to help. Bye for now, and have an absolutely wonderful week.